Okay. We're going?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm just gonna get this situated where I want it. That's gonna be right where I need it. Alright, it's gonna be a two-color design, so we'll lay down the white. It's gonna be the underbase. So the first pull, I push the ink through the screen, and then the second one, I shear the ink off the screen so it lays it down on the shirt. And it's going to be kind of a little transparent because we're printing white on a dark garment. We're going to have to do more than one pass, so we're going to do what's called a print flash print. And on these, I'm actually doing 3 prints with the white just to make sure that it really
Super.
pops.
Oh,
Yeah.
my word. You go above and beyond, that's for sure. It's awesome.
See, and I just do that to check the tackiness because this flash dryer is not super hot yet. It wasn't quite ready.
And that's why you're doing this test tube, but you called it basically just a part of a shirt that's just like the bottom that isn't a shirt, and so
Yep, it's just a round tube all the way around. If anybody watches your video, they'll want to get these. Like if they're gonna get into screen printing, I highly recommend investing in those.
Nobody's gonna get into screen printing. You're the screen printer. We're gonna send everyone to you.
Okay.
Don't get into screen printing. Just use Jerry and Lucia, please.
Yeah.
Sanctified
we'll save you a lot of
Industries.
trouble. You just call us up.
That's
We'll do
right.
the screen printing for you.
That's right.
It's way cheaper to have them do it than it is to get your own stuff.
Oh well, you know.
It
Yeah.
isn't.
Well, they have a different business. Go into a different business. Don't go in competition with your fellow patriots. But look, he's giving away all your secrets. That's how giving he is. He's like, if you start a business as a patriot and you're in competition with me, here's the best way to do it.
The hardest thing, one of the hardest things to learn for me was how not to get ink everywhere. I have ink all over me and like that.
Like
actually
how
might-
to keep-
I think I got some ink on. Yeah, I got
Really?
a little spot.
Spot.
Of ink, but it was all over me. I had it up to my elbows. I couldn't keep the ink
On
off
just
me.
the.
Or I would set this up too vertical, and when
And
I would
splash.
set it down, it would right in my ink, and I would go, oh man, because then I gotta clean that, stop what I'm doing, clean that, clean my hands. It's just a mess. But
You have to be pretty precise. I mean, it's not necessarily perfectionist, but a precision that.
there's just a lot of variables. There's a lot of different steps to it. So there we have the white on there, and I'll swing this around for the red. And now I have to make sure that this is a little bit more flashed than before.
Because it's the final flash before the red touches the white.
Right, because then you'll end up getting white stuck to the bottom of your screen. And then you gotta clean the screen, and it's a mess. So this red ink is a lot thinner than the white.
So all of these locks things, you basically are locking. You don't have to worry about how this stamps down on where your shirt is, as long as your shirt doesn't move from the way it's stuck to this pad
Yeah.
here. That's why you can just like slap down the.
Yeah, so
The
this
print.
is micro registration. So these are how you really dial in the 2 different designs.
That's amazing.
And some people are good at it, but I'm still
Look
learning.
at this.
That's the hardest part for sure is getting these 2 designs to line up perfectly. So far, that's what I have the most trouble with. But then I can take this, peel it off. You want to make sure you peel it up evenly, or else you're going to distort your image before it's cured. And then you set it on the belt and send it through the dryer. If you don't have the dryer, you can flash it. You can cure it with the flash dryer, but then you're limited. You could do it like with that small design, not really a big
For a
deal.
long time or whatever. Or,
Well, if it's a bigger design, you're gonna have varying temperatures. So in the middle, it's gonna be nice and hot, but on the outsides, it's gonna be cooler. So you may have the inside of the design cured thoroughly, and then the outside will still be, it'll
That
crack
makes
when you do the
sense.
stretch test.
And this actually can handle like the 3XL or whatever, and the large designs without
Yeah.
it being different.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it takes just over a minute for it to go through the dryer.
And 675 degrees. Yeah, and you got to think about all the variables of, electrical use and electricity and like all the
Right.
costs associated with that. There's,
Well, and
running a business, you guys have gotten a business model, a great clientele, very godly people to support
that's
you.
all been
Amazing.
the hand of God just blessing us, because we haven't. I mean,
Marketing is huge, but you developed a clientele and you're spreading the
doing
word.
all we can online to reach out and stuff, but the fact that anybody knows about our company is all because of God. Like, He just put it on Bear's heart to reach out to us, and then that all just fell into place.
Yeah, I almost feel like crying. It's amazing.
It is absolutely miraculous and humbling for sure. So we're at 280 degrees in there, which is perfect because the ink cures at 260 degrees, and I want it just above that because it's easier to undercure than it is to overcure. And so I keep it right at just above that minimum cure temperature to make sure that it all is cooked properly. Well, thank you.
Test.
I think that
Awesome.
can't tell which one we did, but
That's good
And
if
it's
they're identical.
awesome. Ooh, wow.
yeah. Well, and I might actually have a little bit of ink speckling through there, which is like pinholes. So sometimes your emulsion will have like a little pinhole in it, which is a pain in the butt when you find out by printing a shirt. But I got this cool little pen that helps with that. So this is like basically an emulsion in a pen.
Okay.
So I can correct those little pinholes with this. You just take it, and it's just like a pen, but it has like a quick drying emulsion in it.
So then you can go around the outside edge of the print screen so that it doesn't go through anymore, potentially?
Yeah, so I would find where the light's poking through. You just hold it up to a lit backdrop, and you find, and I'm not seeing any pinholes. I might have just had
Speckling.
some little bit of ink. Actually, I do see a little pinhole. You just take the pen and you just do like that.
Good on the art.
Right under the N. Is there on the R too?
If
In
I'm
trade?
seeing the same thing that you're seeing, right where this piece meets that, but my eyes are also much older, so.
Let's
I might-
see the other one. I think it might be the other design.
Is the
Oh, so there's a little bit of speckling right above there. Just like two little teeny tiny white dots.
Oh yeah, right above the symbol, on the right left-hand side.
Okay.
But I'm not seeing them on here, so it
Yeah.
could just be that there was like a tiny bit of white ink on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah,
Amazing. Like, I mean, the idea that you can see anything as being imperfection, I'm just like, what? It's amazing, the level of quality and the like just attention to detail. I mean, unbelievable, beautiful, amazing, looks fantastic. Refuge medical training.
It's cool having
Being
somebody
done.
out here to see the
Just-
process, because I do this, usually Lucia's with Levi or doing work down at the house, and so yeah, it's nice to
This is neat.
be able to put, show somebody the process. It's hard to tell someone the process
Fantastic.
because there's so many different.
Steps and details. I
Yeah.
mean, now you can like just refer them to the videos, and then somebody will actually get to see and hear you, and it's more personal, I think, and just heartfelt, for sure.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Lucia, at least from what I can see, is fairly good at editing videos.
Yeah.
And so she might be able to take these and create a, hey, like on your website, you know, who is Sanctified Supply Co. And this is what we do, and this is like, want to know how we do our process. This is our, you know, quality control and our attention to detail. And when you get a shirt from us, you know that you're getting this, this, and this because we care, and it's like it's not my way shower, you know, something, some reference.
Yeah,
to,
she could use some of the footage and pack it into some B-roll and do a whole like voiceover and tell a story, you know, or whatever over the, and use pieces of the audio, you know, from your recording too, just in addition. Oh yeah. That's something that I recently.
That's a good idea.
I would spend a bunch of time just
Yep.
trying to brush it off with my hands. Okay, moment of truth. It always makes me nervous when I actually put it on product. And a lot of time I'll just time it. When it's all warmed up, it doesn't take very long because the palette gets hot and stuff. I'm not seeing any of those specks on there, just some dust on there. Then I give it a little flash, just so that when I pull it off here, in case it like the shirt touches itself, it doesn't smear the ink or travel anywhere. And these are 50-50 too, so like 50% polyester and 50% cotton. So F&E or any low cure ink is like basically the best option, because there's like dye migration, which I guess when you heat up polyester shirts to a certain temperature, they'll actually, the ink will actually turn into a gas and it'll migrate into the ink on the shirt. So the ink that they use to dye the shirt will actually like become a gas and mix with the ink that you just put on there. So if you're printing red on a maybe not white. Yeah, probably if you're putting red on a white shirt, then your ink will end up pink or whatever. It'll mix the colors. I haven't had that issue because we use all 100% cotton, but you know, in some cases, people want the, you know,
50-50.
the blends because they're I don't know, they feel lighter and don't tend to like feel sweaty. Like they don't absorb moisture as much, but
Yeah. And so you prevent it from bleeding through or being different by using the ink that you use.
Yeah, because it's a low cure temperature. It stays below that temperature where
so
the
it
ink
doesn't
in the shirt will actually
stay
start
in the
turning
shirt,
into a gas.
not turn into a gas. Okay.
Yeah, which is
Good.
something that I've only like had nightmares about. I've never actually experienced
Experienced it?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I mean, you just use that heat gun and you're checking your temperature and you're making sure.
Yeah, and it's important to, if you're using a new ink or something, to test it and make sure that you're getting a proper cure.
I like how you line up the shoulders and you're making sure that everything is in the proper place for the print to be.
Yeah,
And
normally I would have it really square, but these are smaller shirts, so I kind of have to jog them over just a little bit
to be
so that I can,
easy to not stretch the material or whatever.
Yeah.
And so you're,
Yeah, because you
great.
can't put it on like that
and then the neck is all weird. It's like the
Yeah.
way it really lays on a person's shoulders and the way their neckline is and stuff. So
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of folks that have been doing this for years are a lot faster at like this process, but I really don't appreciate it when I put the time into doing one and I hold it up and I'm like, oh, it's sideways. And
or it's,
but all my friends, end up getting like my misprints and stuff. So people on the property have most of my misprints.
well, you just gave John one that wasn't even a misprint, and that was just super sweet of you.
Oh, you're welcome. Well,
It's
they
just
made it really clear that those are never going on sale again. So just like the screen, I had to clean the screen. Most of them I catalog and just have the screens for refuge or anybody that we work with in case they reorder. We'll have the screens for the reorder, but that one got to get cleaned up.
and never used again. It's
Never
never to
used
be
again.
printed again.
Yeah, that's kind of that's
John,
kind of
and
the
so
thing.
yours is even more special since you missed the original purchase. That you actually got one originally from the person who made
You
it.
officially
So
put that shirt into extinction.
you have officially put the shirt into extinction where there is no more. You got the last one.
I gotta kill the last of something.
You gotta start practicing somewhere. Bear would be proud of you. Oh wow, those look amazing. And so this one hasn't come out the other end, I don't believe, or did it? Yep. So it drops into this bin that he was explaining. Woo! 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 Awesome.
Perfection on a t-shirt.
Perfection on a t-shirt.
Oh, that could be a slogan for you.
Hey,
Well, God's perfection on a t-shirt, right?
Yes.
right.
God's perfection on a t-shirt. Of course, you just up the ante for how perfect things need to be.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
You can't ever put out a substandard
Well,
product.
God's perfection on a
we
t-shirt.
do offer a 100% money back guarantee in case it's not.
Oh,
perfect, so,
see?
yeah.
And I
So
mean,
it holds me to a higher standard. It's one of the reasons why I like double, triple, and like go over this stuff so much. Especially if somebody orders a whole bunch of shirts. That's
yeah,
a big
absolutely.
overhead to
Try to suck up
Yeah,
to whatever.
oh,
But
yeah.
but you have been blessed where the people are proud of you that have received your shirts and that they are proud to wear them. So
Yeah, we're blessed to be
in business.
doing
Doing
this.
this.
Yeah, just to have work from home lifestyle and get to spend more time with my son than the average person that works a 9 to 5, and that was most of my life. I missed his first steps working a 9 to 5 and more like a 6 to 3, but same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was in the Army 10 years, so I missed a lot of my first child's stuff as a mother, and so it was hard. And now I have my amazing husband to partner with, and together we've been capable of being at home with our children and doing homesteading and living the best life we could possibly live with our children and our families, and doing right by fellow freedom lovers and patriots and
Right.
Americans, and just keep blessing each other.
Well, I've only got another 47 of these to go.
Well-
and I gotta do the back of them still.
Okay, so I will not chit chat with you anymore. I'm
No,
gonna
you're-
call this a good video, and signing off. And Sanctified Supply Company and Homestead Diary, you guys are setting a path towards our future of working together and with other companies that do the same sort of things for their families. So thank you.
Oh, man, we appreciate you guys.
Okay, bye. Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day.